Okay, so we're going to conclude the 20 days of the prophetic for 2020 with something the Lord gave me at the beginning of the year. He said that you need to complete what He told you in 2019, or else some things are going to come back to bite you in 2020. Often we assume that because we're in a new year, that it always means that we are in a new season. But more often than not, we're in the continuation of a season that has already begun in our lives. And it's very easy to be so excited about the new that we forget about the instructions that God has already given us. And the reality is, often the new things that we hear cannot be accomplished thoroughly without the foundation of what God has already said. So if you reject the management of the new, you're going to of the old, you're going to reject the opportunities of the new. So you don't want something that you're not, we make a lot of assumptions. We assume that we have this liberty and this freedom to kind of obey God when it's convenient for us. But what we don't understand is the consequences and the weight of every instruction He gives us. Although God is merciful, although God is kind, although God is forgiving, that does not mean that time is forgiving. And it also does not mean that there was not a reason for God telling us to do what He told us to do. Disobedience is a gateway for calamity, because when God speaks, it is also preventative in nature. When God tells you to do something, He's also preventing something else from happening. His word is a hedge of protection around you. But when you rely on your comfortability, what you're doing is you're dismembering yourself from that oneness with God. And the Lord wants us to be one with Him, one in purpose, one in mind, one in spirit. We need to be one with God. So as you go deeper into this year, remember the things that the Lord has already told you and be sure to faithfully execute them so that you will not be stifled or stalled in your progression into the future. The future requires the past. If you don't deal with what God already told you to do, it's going to be difficult to do what He told you to do. So we have to complete the assignments, complete what God already told us, so that we won't miss what heaven has for us tomorrow.